Hello and welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I am Adrian Atkinson. It's a new year, but it is still critical to our health and that of our loved ones to practice COVID-19 safety protocols. Life preservation is key. Between the pages, we tell you how the government forged ahead with economic growth plans, even amidst the challenges of a global pandemic. Up first is the news. Don't touch that remote. There is so much more in store for you. It all begins right now.
We will overcome the threat.
The public health team began to develop protocols that would help to delay the entry of the virus into the country, contain its spread, and slow the transmission among the population.
We will be implementing an unprecedented $25 billion fiscal stimulus.
We remain committed to making this a decade of growth for Jamaica.
The 2020 Year in Review, January 4 to 26, 2021, Mondays to Fridays inside Jamaica Magazine. That's the 2020 Year in Review, building forward together.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, January 5. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin, is reporting that the construction subsector grew by 7% during the July to September quarter of 2020. The agriculture, forestry and fishing sector also grew by 2.5%. According to data released by Statin last Thursday, these were the only subsectors that recorded growth in the goods-producing industries, which had an overall decline of 3.5%. Meanwhile, producers of government services grew by 0.1%, despite the services industry contracting by 13.1%. Overall, economic performance for the September quarter shows decline of 10.7%, which was a better performance than the previous quarter's economic reduction of 18.4%. Statin says this outturn reflects the relaxation in some of the measures instituted in the second quarter of 2020 to limit the spread of COVID-19. Government has partnered with two international firms to deliver digital marketing solutions and e-commerce opportunities to micro, small and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs. The first partnership got underway in August 2019 with Kalu, a Google-affiliated small business online marketing solution. This initiative has resulted in increased online presence and access to resources that MSMEs would not normally come across. The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce says the Kalu arrangement allows merchants to create their own web page in fewer than 5 minutes at no cost and offers top placement in Google's map search results, also free of cost to its clients. Director of Projects and Programs in the Ministry's MSME division, Clifford Spencer, says more than 1,000 MSMEs have so far created web pages and increased their market visibility to customers locally and overseas.
We found that initially, when we launched there was a first wave of persons who joined on, found it very interesting, and the uptake was good, right? There was a little lull in between, and then we find that over the last 6 months or so, the traffic has been increasing again, probably to match with more awareness or the need becoming more apparent.
Mr. Spencer says having MSMEs transact business electronically is more important now as the country deals with the restrictions associated with the COVID-19 pandemic.
The ministry and our agency, the JBDC, we're seeking to roll out a more stronger marketing and promotional campaign, within the next few months, so that more people become aware of it, and that we can see more people utilizing it or even exploring its opportunities.
Minister of Education, Youth and Information, Favour Williams, is appealing to parents and the wider community to get children off the streets and engaged in school work.
With all these different ways in which our children can receive formal education, no child in Jamaica of school age should be sitting idly around or on the road going to the corner shop or doing housework during school time, which is designated as 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday to Friday, starting January 4, 2021.
Underscoring that education is still compulsory, Minister Williams says attending school, whether virtual, remote or face-to-face, is still a requirement.
Let us work together to stop the learning loss. We ask all parents, guardians, community members, Jamaicans all, to be as supportive as you can of our students. Encourage them during this trying period.
Minister Williams was delivering her back-to-school message Sunday night. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has confirmed the death of one of the travelers who recently arrived in Jamaica from the UK. The deceased is a 77-year-old male of Jamaican descent who resides in the UK and was among the 20 positive cases identified from the December flight. He passed away on Sunday, January 3, and was not among the 4 cases with the variant strain of COVID-19 from the UK. In a press release yesterday, the ministry said the patient had been in state isolation and was stable until late December when he developed symptoms and was admitted to the Cornwall Regional Hospital. His condition further deteriorated and was listed among the critically ill COVID-19 patients. Since December 21, the 20 positive cases have been in isolation, while the remaining travelers who tested negative were quarantined at home. The Health Ministry says having completed their 14 days isolation and quarantine and remained asymptomatic, all the travelers were slated for release yesterday. And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has joined Jamaica and the Caribbean in mourning the passing of hotelier and businessman Gordon Butch Stewart. Described as one of Jamaica's most brilliant, innovative and transformative business minds, Stewart passed away on Monday at age 79. Mr. Holness says Stewart was a nationalist, a legendary philanthropist and an iconic businessman.
Butch was a man way ahead of his time. He was a pioneer in the tourism industry, but he had an eye for details and an exceptional ability to market and to deliver world-class services in any endeavor. And this was truly his distinctive mark.
Butch Stewart was widely known for his creation of the Sandals Resorts International chain, ATL Group of Companies, and the Jamaica Observer newspaper. Mr. Holness extended heartfelt condolences to the Stewart's family and the thousands of employees attached to his businesses across Jamaica and the Caribbean. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
My job is to ensure that every man, woman and child maintain good health at all times.
Our primary function is to ensure that government services are delivered effectively and efficiently.
We are building forward
together.
As we continue to look back on 2020, we highlight the work of the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Take a look.
The economy can't shut down the economy has to continue.
And that's what the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation accomplished in 2020. Economic recovery was the ministry's mantra in 2020. Its Infrastructure and Construction Task Force collated a comprehensive report to drive growth past COVID-19. Another task force established protocols to govern operations within the business process outsourcing sector. The Development Bank of Jamaica DBJ created a $10 billion loan scheme for micro, small and medium-sized enterprises (MSMEs). $486 million in grants for technical assistance was also made available to the sector. The DBJ set aside $10 billion for innovative and industrial-type projects. And the ministry earmarked 3,500 acres of arable lands at Bernard Lodge for the project. 2020 also saw the launch of the Boosting Innovation, Growth and Entrepreneurship Ecosystems (BIGI) program. The $50 million program allowed medium-sized enterprises to access grants of up to $14 million to grow their businesses. The DBJ also introduced the Jamaica Business Fund and increased the volume of microloans. In the year, the bank successfully completed the Trans-Jamaica Highway initial public offering. The Factories Corporation began construction on Phase 1 of the Garmex Redevelopment and Expansion Project to create 126,000 square feet of space for MSMEs. And work continued at the Nagohead Tech Park and the Portmore Informatics Park. The Jamaica Development Application Portal, aimed at increasing efficiency, was piloted at a number of agencies in the year. So too was the National Spatial Planning Information Technology Platform. In 2020, the National Land Agency launched the newest version of the Jamaica Property Sales JAMPROP application. It received a $100,000 donation to buy equipment for its cadastral mapping and land registration. The agency also set into motion its land registration program to issue 20,000 titles over a 3-year period. And Cabinet approved the revised Greater Bernard Lodge Development Area Master Plan. The 5,384-acre property will be devoted to agricultural, residential, and commercial use.
Development follows areas where they find the best roads and the best bridges.
And so, the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation introduced the Greater Infrastructure Development Project, GIDP.
This GIDP is not just a roadwork program, but a true integrated infrastructure program incorporating road and development, water and wastewater, drainage and bridges, sidewalks, streetlights, telecommunications and sensors.
The Clarendon to Manchester leg of Highway 2000 continued, and the Harbourview to Yallahs leg of the $5.37 billion Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project also continued apace. Bridges in St. Andrew, St. Mary and Portland were opened. $321 million was spent to correct soil slippage issues on Chovy Road in St. Mary.
I want to assure those who are affected that the government will be acting swiftly and mobilizing resources quickly.
When rains battered the island in October, the Prime Minister did just that, disbursing $2.3 billion to effect emergency road repairs. Meanwhile, the Port Authority of Jamaica opened the Port Royal Cruise Pier in January. And Cabinet approved a $308 million drought alleviation program, $100 million of which went directly to the National Water Commission, NWC.
In modern Jamaica, we should reach the point where everybody has potable water.
And a new board to oversee operations at the NWC was installed in 2020. The Commission opened the Mucka Relief Station in Clarendon, the Claremont to Jericho Water Supply System in Hanover, and Trelawney's Wakefield to Bunkers Hill pipeline. The agency spent $50 million on water improvement works attached to road projects across the island. In August, it signed a $25 million contract for a transmission main upgrade between 6 Miles and Blake Road in Kingston.
We consider this to be a nation-building project. In Portmore, we are going to seek to put more persons onto the formal water grid. We will also be looking to improve the infrastructure there, changing out some of your mains that are old and degraded. You have a very sympathetic and understanding government. There is no need to steal water. If you come to the NWC and say, I want to regularize, we will find a way to regularize. We'll find a way to ensure that you can pay according to your means.
The Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation looked ahead and ensured that Jamaica's economy was sustained.
We will, as a country, recover stronger.
As more persons are at home, the National Solid Waste Management Authority has implemented several measures to ensure the timely collection of residential garbage. Up next, we'll look at one initiative that has earned praises in Manchester.
The initiative is fairly good because at the moment currently we don't have enough disposals in Bethel Street. So I find the initiative very good and I do appreciate it, and I would like to say thanks very much, and I look forward to seeing other great things from the company.
We are here in Manchester on Bethel Street. We have launched a program called Drum at the Gate. The purpose of this program is to encourage residents that it's important for them to containerize their garbage properly.
In this community, we issued 80 bins today, and I just want to thank the Grace Kennedy and the Edgechem group that would have partnered with us to donate drums. We are issuing drums to residents so that they can containerize their garbage properly and to reduce the time it takes for our workers to be held in the environment cleaning garbage. We expect to see greater efficiency and turnaround time when we have residents containerizing garbage in these densely populated areas. So the residents are happy for this initiative, and we expect to replicate same across the island. We'll do it in phases. We only start in Mandeville today, but there are a number of communities that we'll be doing.
This project is the safety of our workers. Just recently, one of our sanitation workers, they were putting together the garbage in Clarendon, and an eagle took him recently. Now we are saying that we want to ensure the safety of our workers. Number two, we want to ensure that our schedule, they are completed on a timely basis. So the time it takes us to pull the garbage together and to pack it up, put it in the truck, we are losing time.
When the garbage is thrown all over the place, it creates an awful sight and damages the aesthetic of the community. People want clean surroundings. So I encourage the people of Bethel Street and surrounding areas in Greendale to use these drums as we prescribe them to be used. The stress that it put on our crew when they have to come and clean up instead of just taking up a drum, emptying it and moving. We want to move from your gate as quickly as possible. We have a lot of places to cover. Sometimes the one truck is doing several communities, 10 communities, 20 communities. The more back down that truck gets, the less opportunity we have to go to the other community. So the turnaround time is affected, and that put a problem on us right across. So we're giving you a drum, and we plan to come for the drum every Wednesday. We'll come for the drum. So it's not a drum that will create any mosquitoes for you, because we pour the buttons at the drum, so there won't be any mosquitoes also any problem, right? Do I have your permission to leave a drum? Yes, sir. All right.
I feel good and happy about it, knowing that my city will keep clean and nice.
We love what go on, because right now, you see this rubbish thing, it'll get to me, and I get to the community at Greenville, Bethel Street. Whole heap of rubbish on the roadside more time. And here what go on now. You see what the item do right now with them drum here are the best thing ever. Cause if the rubbish truck no come, a dog come jar where the rubbish them. Pay things in our lane, pay things in our road. So what we do are the right thing we know do. I love this.
If a man see place clean, he think twice. But if he come and he see 3 bottles throw down there, him not think twice again, he believes he can throw back there. So it creates a dump. When the rain falls, the water, when naturally I run and I look somewhere to go, carry the bottle with it. When it go down in a level there is a little area where the water go through. But the bottle too big to go through, so the bottle stop. And then it creates a blockage. When the water gets blocked up, because of how water behave, the water rise and people place flood out. Sometimes the couple drinks bottle and the couple food box and the couple juice box that cause a major flooding because it block up a waterway. And me and your neighbor get flood out.
To properly carry out a hand rub, apply a palmful of the product in your cupped hand, covering all surfaces. Rub your hands palm to palm. Rub your right palm over the back of your left hand with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Rub your hands palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Rub the back of your fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked. Rotationally rub backwards and forwards the clasped fingers of your right hand in your left palm and vice versa. Once your hands are dry, they are now safe.
Rural matters have garnered priority focus as the administration has placed it at the forefront of the local government ministry. Several programs have been developed to ensure important issues such as access to water are treated with urgency. Here is a brief on rural development plans.
Government has recognized that on the path to developed nation status, rural development is critical. To ensure it is not overlooked, rural development is now a designated ministerial portfolio. It has been combined with local government.
The responsibilities of the ministry have grown because we have now added new responsibilities that for urban development, which includes water and rural electrification. We have gotten rural electrification, which is net served. We have gotten rural water, which is a good addition because it brings with it a certain level of professionalism from the staff, and the projects that they are undertaking are projects which will enhance the Ministry of Local Government. So these two new areas have a vast areas of responsibility that goes with them that we hope to build on what started before in those agencies. One of the things that we have gotten is the demands for water, better roads and lights. Now, there are going to be areas across the country where the National Water Commission will not be able to provide potable water. This becomes the sole responsibility of the Ministry of Local Government.
Hi, Homer Edward Davis.
Minister Homer Davis, with his vast experience as a 3-term councillor and a 1 term as mayor, he has now come into the ministry as the Minister of State with vast knowledge and experience, and we're going to be putting that to use in the assignments that the Minister of State has been given. We are assigning our parochial roads under his responsibility. We are going to be giving Minister Davis the responsibility for water, and that means the water areas, which is social water, minor water and rural water, comes solely under Minister Davis' control. We are going to be adding street lights, again, which is critical, and Minister Davis will have that responsibility to continue the process to ensure that the Jamaican people get value for money. Over the last couple of months, there have been some negative in the press about the operations of the municipal police. A lot of it are true and some of it is mere out of frustration. But the role of the municipal police in maintaining social order in our major town centers is critical to the advancement of local government. It is a serious issue of law and order, and we are going to be strengthening the capacity of the municipal police. We're going to be improving on the relationship with the Jamaica Constabulary Force to ensure that we can maintain law and order.
And I'm sure that this joining up with this new portfolio didn't just come about just like that. I'm sure it is after careful consideration from the Prime Minister himself, going across the country, seeing the problems in rural areas. We will move local government to its rightful place. The need for local government to be the premier ministry of government, because we are the one who touches lives more than any other ministry.
We will be implementing an unprecedented $25 billion fiscal stimulus.
2020, a year of diligent and strategic decision-making for the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. Catch the review right here on this station in Jamaica Magazine.
You've reached the final page of the magazine. Thanks for being with us on today's journey. Another Jamaica Magazine unfolds tomorrow as we continue our year in review highlights. So come back, same time on this same station. Until then, click on our social media pages for more informative features. While there, please subscribe to our pages and click that notification bell so you can stay in the know. I'm Adrian Atkinson, encouraging you to think positive as you stay safe.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.